ESPN Analytics releasing its college football playoff predictor yesterday that calculates every team's chance to make it to the college football playoff and to win the championship. And the criteria are strength of record, FPI, number of losses, conference championships, and independent status. And of course it's Alabama. Of course it's Alabama. No, it's not. According to our model, Clemson has the best chance of reaching the playoffs with a 67% chance. 2/3 chance that Clemson will make the Final Four, and a 24% chance, a 1 in 4 shot that Clemson wins the national championship, followed by Alabama, Georgia, Notre Dame, and Washington. Ryen, Russillo, first thought, what jumps off the page at you there?
Well, Clemson's loaded on defense. I mean, their entire defensive line, one of their linebackers are considered like top 30 players in the league. They have a little bit of a quarterback controversy, which is ironic because Alabama, also number 2 on that list. You could say the 2 top teams have some quarterback questions, but at least they have depth at that position. It might have more to do with Clemson's schedule here, but look, they play A&M. Bama plays Louisville just like Clemson does as well. So maybe it's the LSU game, but I imagine some of the analytics are projecting a slightly easier road for Clemson, but talent-wise, there's no team that's has more depth than them, so it makes sense. I've got no problem with that.
Well, Clemson returns 15 starters.
Yeah.
Alabama returns 10. They're a lot more likely to win the ACC than Bama is the SEC. And Dabo Swinney has clearly distinguished himself as one of the top coaches and recruiters in the country. So they are a legit championship contending team.
Was there any team that you can think of that seemed obviously not listed there? Those top 5 again are Clemson, Alabama, Georgia, Notre Dame, Washington. Feels like the usual suspects. Is there someone you really like that you didn't see on that list?
Ohio State seems to be all over the place with the human, preseason polls and some of the other analytics stuff as they transition now into another quarterback. But I actually think they're going to be fine. Like a lot of these teams that are really good that we don't have any question. There's still so much depth. Whether you look at the recruiting rankings, you go, okay, you have talented options at quarterback. It's just some of these teams, these guys are more of an unknown.
How about Notre Dame? Can we put their schedule up there? According to FPI, the Fighting Irish will be favored in all 12 of their games this season.
Oh, they're going to lose their first game.
Well, that's
so we're going to get right to that on September 1st.
It's an interesting way to open their season. It's a traditional rivalry. They hadn't played in a while. Now it's back.
There's a reason they didn't want us on the schedule. They was ducking us.
What else do you see? Obviously, everyone at my alma mater.
I'm laughing at you, Jalen. Notre Dame had to play all of these guys. They had to pick somebody to not play. Stanford's going to be tough, but at least they get it at home. Although no one would tell you the farm is the most hostile environment going on the road there. At Virginia Tech's not easy. I mean, look, they always have their guys there, and then at USC at the end, Florida State. I mean, you look Northwestern.
I'm very excited for them to come to Evanston this year.
They got a manageable schedule.
I mean, manageable is a relative term. They're going to lose November 3rd in Evanston. I'll tell you that right now, and we'll see if that's their only loss. Then
am I supposed to pick Vermont against them now to fit in with everybody else?
they're going to win. They're going to go to the Final Four, but they're going to lose the Big Ten because they're going to have 2 Big Ten losses.